This is the Human and Social Biology Paper 1 for June 2019. And it tells you you have 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete this exam. And they give you a few instructions as well as a sample of how to complete one of the questions. You have 4 choices to choose from, A, B, C, or D, and they're asking you to provide the best answer, and to provide your answer, you shade on your answer sheet. So before we jump into it, we do encourage you to subscribe, like the video, and click that notification bell so you can see other videos as we prepare for the upcoming exam. So let's get into question 1. Plants obtain nitrates how? And we know plants use their roots to get these nitrates. So we are by absorbing nitrates through their roots. Question 2. Which of the following is an example of a terrestrial food chain? Terrestrial means land, so we are looking for something with land. Seaweed, no. Pondweed, no. Plant, yes. Pondweed, no. So C is the answer, and it continues with a grasshopper, which is eaten by a bird, so that's land. Question 3. Which of the following structures does photosynthesis occur? And it should instantly jump out to you that that is chloroplast. Item 4 refers to the following diagram, which shows a red blood cell before and after being placed in a concentrated salt solution for 1 hour. And we see the blood cells shrinking. The change in the red blood cell shown in 2 occurs because water does what? Once we're talking about water, the movement of water particles is a process called osmosis. And if the cell has reduced in size, it means water has left, or water leaves, and we are looking for osmosis, and B being the answer. Question 5 refers to the following aquatic food chain. We have a food chain. The producer in this food chain is the first organism, which is phytoplankton. So we are selecting D as our answer. To which of the following groups do oats belong? And we are very familiar with oats, and we know it's not a fruit, it's not a legume, and it's not a vegetable. It is a staple. Question 7. Which of the following statements is true about pepsin? We know pepsin breaks down proteins into peptides or polypeptides, so we are going with C. Which of the following vitamins can be produced by the skin as well as obtained from food? And we're talking the vitamin produced in the skin is one of vitamin D. You can get it from the sun, and you can get it from eating. So your diet provides it as well. And if we are doing these questions on nutrition, means we have transferred into section B of the syllabus. The exam follows the format of the syllabus, which means section A comes first. So that's why we looked at those style questions, approximately 1 to 5, and now we are in nutrition. After nutrition, we'll do questions in respiration, followed by circulation, musculoskeletal, excretion and homeostasis, coordination and control, reproduction. That will be section B, life processes. After which we have hereditary, that's section C, diseases, that's section D, and man's impact on the environment, which is the final section, which is the last few questions of this exam. So question 9 refers to the following pie chart, which shows the proportion of food groups in a balanced meal. We have carbohydrates, fruits and vegetables, we have proteins and fats. A person diagnosed with diabetes mellitus should very much be interested in their carbohydrate intake. They want to decrease that. So C. Which of the following teeth aid in the grinding of food into smaller pieces? And you know, you grind food further back in your mouth, and the molars and premolars are located there. So B for 10. Number 11. Kwashiorkor is a deficiency disease caused by what? And just the name makes it very familiar. Protein. B. Question 12. Which of the following represents the correct sequence of events in the formation of a dental cavity? We have abscess, dentine decay, enamel decay, and plaque formation. And they actually just wrote it backwards. So we have plaque formation first, enamel is the outside of the teeth, dentine is the second layer of the teeth, when the abscess happens after passing through all these steps. So we are going with D for question 12. Question 13 refers to the following diagram, which shows part of the human digestive tract. Which organ is responsible for the digestion of protein only? And protein digestion only, notice this only in bold letters, happens in the stomach. So C. Question 14, the process of egestion is defined as the removal of undigested waste. This is a popular question. Would spend some time learning that question. Item 15 refers to the following table, which shows the function of some structures of the respiratory system. We have filters warm and moistens air, prevents food from entering the trachea, that's the epiglottis, provides air passage to each lung, that's the bronchi or the bronchus, produces song with voice box vocal cords, that's the larynx. So we are going with C, the nasal passage being 1. Question 16. Which of the following reagents is used to test for glucose? Iodine solution, we know that's starch, but we're looking for glucose, which is a reduced in sugar, and you know that's Benedict solution. Benedict solution 16 is D. 17, to deliver mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And we have just started to enter into the topic of respiration. To deliver mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, the following steps should be taken. You should press the head back with one hand and push jaw upward with the other. Pinch your nose and seal your mouth with the casualty's mouth. Give 4 quick blows and place casualty on their back. And 4 instantly jumps out as the first step. And that gives us the hint to this answer choices, where we have to place them in the correct order, and we'll make D the correct one. Which of the following is not in capital letters, a characteristic of gaseous exchange surfaces? Moist, yes, they are moist. Thin walled, yes, they are. Small surface area, no, they are not. Well supplied with gases, yes, they are. So C is the answer. Candidates are encouraged to make sure and read the entire question as well as all the answers, even though the correct answer may jump out to them. Just make sure and read all the answers, even though you may have been very familiar with the multiple choice or the question. There can be slight changes from year to year. Question 19, which of the following substances found in cigarette smoke is addictive? Nicotine, one of the most addictive substances in the world. Item 20 refers to the following diagram of a cell. The diagram most likely represents a phagocyte because we are seeing this lobed nucleus. Anytime you see a lobed nucleus, it is identified as a white blood cell and specifically a phagocyte. 20 is B. 21. refers to the following incomplete table, which shows blood vessels and the organs they supply. We have blood vessel 1 supplying the lungs. We know that's the pulmonary artery. The hepatic artery goes to the liver. The mesenteric artery goes to the intestines. The renal artery is the kidneys. So we are looking for one that says that, and it's C. Just finding the pulmonary artery or identifying the artery for the lungs gives you the answer. Which of the following best, notice best in capital letters, which of the following best describes the function of a pacemaker in the heart? Increase the heart rate, yes. Decreases the heart rate, yes. Regulates the heart rate, better than the other two. Prevents the heart from overworking. So we are going with the best answer, which is C. High blood pressure most likely leads to cardiac problems, stomach ulcers, liver damage, lung damage. They ask most likely, and A would be the answer. Blood pressure is highest in the veins, arteries, arterioles, capillaries, arteries, one like your aorta. All right, so just make sure and take the hint that the examiner is trying to give you by using those capital letters, and that would lead you to the answer. 25. The following diagrams represent the pelvic girdle, and we're just looking for it, and this one jumps out at us already. 26, the function of the marrow in long bones to make red blood cells. 27, muscle groups that oppose each other to produce movement are described as antagonistic. They work in opposition, they work as a push-pull coordinated group. Items 28, 29 refer to the following simplified diagram of a kidney tubule. We have the parts labeled A, B, C, and D. We have the afferent. A is the afferent, it's carrying blood. D is the efferent. One starts with the letter A, the other one starts with the letter E. We have, this is the glomerulus here, and B is the Bowman's capsule, look at here. And C is going in, is where filtrate is passing to go in to the first convoluted tubule. So let's look at the question. In answering items 28 and 29, each labeled part may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Which labeled part collects filtrate from the glomerulus? That's the Bowman capsule we're looking at. So 28 is B. And 29, which focuses on the same question, which labeled part brings blood to the glomerulus? 29 is A, the afferent arteriole. 30, if we are finished with this question, you realize that this question is the introduction of the kidney, which falls under life processes, excretion, and homeostasis. So we are still in section B. We're just now transitioning. This will be one of the last questions on the musculoskeletal system, which involves movement. Which of the following joints allow movement in all directions? We're looking for a 360-degree joint, which is the shoulder. The part of the skin which acts as an insulating layer holding heat in the body is the subcutaneous fat, sebaceous gland, sweat glands, hair follicle, and we know fat is the insulating layer. This is a good point to remind you to subscribe to our channel, click the like video. You could share with others, and you could leave a comment if you see anything you want to let us know. You could always put it in the comments as we continue on. 32, which of the following is an involuntary action, which means automatic. You can't control it. Eating, walking, breathing, Riding a bike, it's breathing. Could you imagine if you forgot to breathe, how much trouble you would be in? Question 33. Which of the following actions occurs to bring about accommodation in the eye? We know accommodation is a change so that you could see things at different distances. And you are encouraged to read all the answers and pick the one that is best. And we are telling you this one is the answer A. 34. Which of the following hormones is responsible for causing the liver to convert excess sugar to glycogen? And that's a pancreatic hormone, which is insulin. Which of the following statements is not true about the endocrine and nervous system? They both respond to stimuli. That's true. They're both responsible for the coordination and control of the body. That's true. They both have specialized cells for transmitting and receiving information. That's true. They both have the same response time for transmitting and receiving information. That's not true. One, the nervous system is a lot faster than the endocrine system. So D is the answer. Which of the following hormones plays a major role in the growth of humans? We are talking about the thyroid gland, so we're looking at thyroxine. C. 37 means we are just about to complete homeostasis or excretion and homeostasis. Item 37 introduces us to the reproductive system, and the diagram here presents a front view of the male reproductive system, and they ask you which of the following correctly identifies the structures labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is the sperm duct, 2 is the urethra running through the penis, 3 is the prostate gland, and 4 is the seminal vesicles. So we are looking at that instantly. We have A and B and D being wrong because they identified the wrong thing, and 2, so C is the correct answer. 38, which of the following is the correct sequence of activities that occurs when a person picks up a plate? Impulses are sent down the white matter of the brain through the spinal cord to the arm. Receptor detects the plate and an impulse is sent to the brain to make a decision. That should be the first one. So if that's the first one, effector contracts or relaxes to pick up a plate. Touch receptors in the skin and eyes keep the brain informed to coordinate action. That should be the last one. So 2 being the first one, 4 being the last one, which puts us at B. 39, sexual reproduction is defined as the fusion of gametes. Just be careful with this question, reading the words. This is fusion of zygotes, no? Fission, look how close it is in look to the word fusion. Just be careful in reading the words. Question 40. Which of the following methods of contraception functions by preventing sperm from entering the uterus? That is a barrier method you're looking at. 41, ovulation is the process by which a mature egg is released into the oviduct. 42 refers to the following diagram, which shows the process occurring in humans. We have DNA replication ending with 2 diploid cells. The process illustrated above is mitosis. Chromosomes are made up of protein, you know that as histones, and DNA. Which of the following shows a correct example of genetic and environmental variation? We start with height, tongue rolling. No, tongue rolling isn't environmental. Either you have it or you don't. All right? And you could either tongue roll or you cannot. No matter how much the environment plays a part, you will not develop the ability to tongue. So A is out, likewise C is automatically out. We have B, they place tongue rolling on genetic, that is correct. And we have height being correct here. So B is the answer. If you're wondering about D, height and eye color is not environmental. All right, so that makes D out as well. Item 45 refers to the following genetic cross, which shows the inheritance of blood groups in humans. Alleles A and B are codominant to each other, and both are dominant to O. Which of the following offspring inherited the homozygous recessive allele? And we already know that it is O we are looking for. That is the recessive allele. Homozygous means you have two of the same allele. So we are just following the O. We are following the cross and we arrive at N. So N is our answer, which corresponds to selection D. 46, SEMA has the following signs and symptoms: constriction of bronchial tubes, coughing and wheezing. She most likely suffering from asthma. So this question introduces the section D diseases, which means we are just about finished with section C, genetics, hereditary and variation. So let's continue with section D questions. 47, hypertension does not occur as a result of, take the not as an identifying mark in the question. Obesity, anemia, arteriosclerosis, high cholesterol levels. B would have to be the not. Items 48 and 49 refer to the following terms: A, antibody; B, antibiotic; C, antitoxin; D, antiserum. Each term may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Which term refers to protein produced by blood plasma cells derived from B lymphocytes? That is antibodies. So 48 is A. Substance released by the body to neutralize harmful chemicals produced by microorganisms. That sounds like antitoxin. C. Which of the following diseases causes severe diarrhea and abdominal pain? Typhoid, ringworm, gonorrhea, tuberculosis. That sounds like typhoid. Item 51 refers to the following diagram, which shows the stages of the life cycle of the mosquito. We have the adult at 1, 2 eggs, 3 larvae, pure pupae. Which of the following stages are found in water? It's 2, 3, and 4. We're looking for that at D. Question 52. What type of immunity is acquired from antibodies that are produced when a vaccine is administered? If a vaccine is being administered, that is artificial, but they said that the antibodies are produced, so that's active. Artificial active is A. 53. Beriberi is an example of a disease that is classified as nutritional deficiency. It's a lack of vitamin B. Which of the following gases is produced in a landfill? Ozone, steam, methane. Once you see methane, you know that is coming from a landfill. 55, what is the effect of carbon monoxide on the human body? Prevents oxygen uptake by blood, because It irreversibly binds to hemoglobin, damages cilia present in the trachea, causes eye irritation and reduced visibility, has toxic effect on the nervous system. We want the best answer. A and B are very good answers, but we are going with A. Chlorine bleach can be added to drinking water to do what? Improve the taste, prepare filtration, destroy microorganisms, remove the unpleasant smell. It's to destroy microorganisms. Which of the following substances contributes to the excessive growth of algae in waterways? We are looking for nitrates and phosphates. Yes. B. Which of the following are effects of releasing untreated sewage into rivers and lakes? Increasing bacteria, increasing oxygen, death of fishes, and all three of those are correct. They do happen, so we are looking for 1, 2, and 3. Which of the following is an example of non-biodegradable pollutants? We're looking for a non-biodegradable pollutant. Lead, paper, cotton, sewage, and we are going with lead. Remember, it's a non-biodegradable. Paper, cotton, and sewage are both all biodegradable. And question 60, contamination of water sources is detrimental to humans because of the spread of waterborne diseases such as rabies, cholera, influenza, tuberculosis. Tuberculosis jumps out. This brings us to the end of this paper, which is the June 2019 paper 1 for human and social biology. Do let us know how you would have fared in the comments. Also remember to subscribe to support us in the release of more papers like this.